Everybody, I'm excited to finally be able to introduce you to my new drum kit. This is a Ludwig Centennial 4-piece Zepp kit is the official title. Zepp as in Led Zeppelin, of course. And this is the natural maple wood finish. Now this is a modern John Bonham inspired kit that's not an exact replica of those vintage Ludwig kits that he used to play, but it does still have the shell sizes that he's known for. The 26 by 14 inch bass drum, 14 by 10 inch rack tom, and 16 by 16 and 18 by 16 inch floor toms. Now, I happened to find this used through Facebook Marketplace. It was in like new, near perfect condition with the factory Remo heads still on it, but that was 4 months ago. I had no idea it was going to take this much time to get all new heads for it and get it sounding the way I want it so that I could make a video about it. But here we are, finally, and if you would like to jump ahead to see me playing this thing, you can always find chapter links down below. Now, I wasn't specifically looking for a John Bonham style kit when I found this. Honestly, the Bonham feature was one of the last things I even noticed about it. I was just scrolling through Facebook Marketplace. As soon as I saw this, the first things that registered in my brain were Ludwig, 2 floor toms, and gorgeous wood finish. That was enough to send me clicking that link as quickly as possible to message the seller and say, give me that now, please. Now, of course, I was a bit nicer about it than that, and shout out to Spencer for selling this awesome kit. Thanks again, man. He had it for 3 months, he bought it brand new, played on it for a bit, and found that it wasn't really his style, and I totally get that. An oversized kit like this is not for everybody, but as I've said before, the bigger drum sizes are definitely my thing too. That's something that I share with the late John Bonham. So as I said, the previous owner got this kit brand new. It was still like new when I got it, and it still had all of the factory Remo heads on it. So here is a quick sample of what that sounded like with those original heads. So I think those actually sounded pretty decent for a starter headset, but I knew this kit could sound a hell of a lot better than that. I was having a tough time getting the toms tuned with those heads because I was getting so many overtones. Part of that is because of the 45-degree barren edges, which tend to create more overtones. So in an effort to control that, I decided to go with the Evans EC2 frosted batter heads, and to match I did the EC Rezos on the bottom. And so these are meant to control those overtones and give a darker, punchier sound, and of course they are a very durable head, so that's great for the way that I play. This is actually my first time using these heads. So far, I've been happy with them, but I still haven't done a lot of recording with them yet, so I still don't know if these are the ideal head for me or for this kit, but I've got all the time in the world to experiment with some different heads to really try to bring out that warm tone that these maple shells are supposed to have. I've always liked the G2 heads, something a little more of a vintage style would be really nice. So who knows, I'll try some different things, but for now, these are doing a great job at controlling those overtones and giving a really strong sound, which is good for a lot of the hard rock and metal stuff that I like to play. For this massive kick drum, I'm using an Evans EMAD heavyweight batter head, and that comes with two sizes of dampening rings that you can install on the outside, or you can just leave them out completely for a more open sound. This is also my first time using one of these heads, and I haven't used it for that long, but so far, this may be my favorite kick drum head I've ever used. It sounds incredible, especially for the type of music that I like to play the most. I don't know how often I'll be swapping out the dampening rings, but it's nice to know that I do have that option for doing other styles that I also like to play. And you may have noticed that I did also swap out the resonant head on this, mostly because I wanted to cut out a porthole for the mic, and I didn't really want to do that on the original head with the retro Ludwig logo on there. So I took that off and set it aside, and I wound up having to go with a coated Emperor for this, which is technically a batter head, but it really doesn't make as much of a difference as you might think it would. It turns out that finding a 26-inch resonant kick drum head can be rather difficult, especially if you're in a time crunch to get this video done. So having a porthole is a necessity for me with all the recording that I do and the type of music I play, all these drum covers I have planned. Getting the mic in the drum is going to give me a much better attack and a better sound that I'm looking for. And in case you're curious, I am also working on a video right now with some different kick drum samples, with or without the porthole, with or without dampening inside, some different combinations so you can really hear the difference in that sound. So keep an eye out for that video in the next couple weeks. As a bonus, I should mention that I did also pick up an actual vintage 1969 Ludwig Supraphonic 5x14-inch snare, apparently the most recorded snare drum in history. This was also a Facebook Marketplace find. Shout out to Luke for this one. I'm so happy to have this snare. It really does sound quite a bit better than my Ludwig SL series. Now, I'm sure there are already plenty of videos about this snare on YouTube, but if you think I should make a video about that too, please let me know in the comments. Well, you know what we're all here for, so let's do it. Well, I know I need more practice to program this new configuration into my muscle memory, but damn, this thing sounds so good. I'm so excited to have this. Thanks again to Spencer for the kit and Luke for the snare. This is going to be awesome to use this now for new drum covers. I've already recorded my first one on this kit. That's going to be a fun one. I may put that out in just a few days here. But until then, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing for more videos like this. Give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.